Hello, I'm Kirsten Kaae. This video series is about conserving your energy and prioritizing it so that you will get the most out of the energy you have. Worries take a lot of energy, and the best thing to do with worries to minimize them is to gather information and make decisions. This includes also getting the documentation in place and communicating that to other people.
So anxiety is a huge issue. And the best thing you can do with anxieties is to look at the what ifs. Anxieties are caused by the unknowns. Well, what if this happens or what if that happens? So take a look at what your big monsters are. If your kid wakes up afraid of the monster in the closet, what do? You turn on the light and open the door. Well, do the same thing to your monster so you know who they are, what they are, and how you can deal with them. The way to deal with these monsters and the uncertainties is get as much information as you can and make some decisions. There will always be unknowns, but if you know what your options are, if you know what your outcomes are, for health issues, find out from your doctor what's the best and the worst case scenario that you're looking at with your health issues, and then you plan for the worst. That's not morbid, that's prudent. That's what you do when you buy car insurance, right? That doesn't make you have a wreck. When you buy car insurance, so you plan for the worst and hope for the best. And it's somewhere, relative will probably be somewhere in between. But know what you're dealing with. Have a plan A, but then also have a plan B. It will give you some peace of mind, and it will stop that energy drain of getting that, it'll get the hamster off the wheel, and that hamster takes a lot of your energy. So all that stuff that keeps you awake at night. So once you have all this in place, you need to just communicate it and put it in writing. I will talk a little bit about the individual documents that we have here, because I think it's important to recognize what they are exactly. I've had people, you ask them if they have a living will, and say, oh, I'm not ready for that yet. Well, there are people that truly think a living will says that you want to die. It does not. A living will communicates to people what you would like done in case you're not able to make decisions for yourself medically. So that is the first one. It's also called directives to physician. And it is a document that has an option, it has a box that says if I am deemed to be terminal, don't keep me alive on machines, or it will say do everything you can to keep me alive. But you can be highly specific about considering what you want to put in this document. It is important to make decisions about what's your health status. A friend of mine had COPD. She passed away a couple of years ago, and I helped her get hers. So she said, well, with my illness, I really don't want to be resuscitated and then just to die again later. So she did not want that, but it was okay for her to get blood transfusions and IV antibiotics. She just didn't want CPR, and she didn't want to be put on a ventilator. So that's what she put in hers. I have in mind that they can do anything they want for about 3 weeks, and if it doesn't work, take me off all the machines. So you can be highly specific, but some of the things you need to talk about and think about is what are you wanting to be on a ventilator? That is a breathing machine that will keep you breathing for yourself when you can't do it for yourself. It will just fill your lungs. It will involve having a tube in your throat so that you cannot speak. So it will incapacitate you to a great extent. For sometimes it can be done temporarily, and sometimes they're permanent. That is one of the considerations. Kidney dialysis is another one that can be temporary or permanent. Permanent, you have to go to dialysis about 3 hours. 3 hours for 3 times a week, or maybe more than 3 hours depending. And they will clean your blood for you because your kidneys are no longer able to do that. So is this something you're wanting to undertake, or do you not? Do you want CPR if you should have a heart attack, or do you want to be just let go? Do you want to be put on tube feedings if you can no longer swallow, or if you are in a vegetative state? Do you want to be kept alive with tube feedings and IV fluids? So those are things to consider. Blood transfusions. Blood supplies really safe these days, so there's not the risk of getting bloodborne diseases from a blood transfusion. But some people don't believe in blood transfusions. It may be a spiritual belief that keeps that. IV antibiotics is another issue. So there are some of the issues that you can specify, or you can, maybe have issues of your own that you say, well, I really don't want this, but this is okay if you do that. but you can be as specific as you want to be about your particular health situation, but it's very personalized document. Then you also need a medical power of attorney. A medical power of attorney designates someone to make decisions for you if you're not able to make decisions for yourself. It does not have to be your spouse or your oldest child. It has to be someone, it preferably should be someone who is in agreement with what you want. A friend called me and said, Kirsten, will you be my medical power attorney along with my sister Lisa? She does not believe in pulling the plug, and I don't want anything done. So I told her that I would be glad to serve as a medical power of attorney, but she should take Lisa off. Because if something should happen to Laura, then Lisa would be very conflicted, either by following her sister's directives and doing something she didn't believe was right, or doing what she was right and doing her sister a disservice. So that's not a good place to be. So whatever your choices are, your medical power of attorney should be someone who is in agreement with that, who is willing to do that. Now, both of these documents are legally binding. So a medical power of attorney is bound by law to follow the directives you have in your living will. They also supersede the rights of next of kin. So if there is a conflict, then your medical power of attorney will prevail over what, say, your children say, if your children are not your medical power of attorney. So those are important things to know. The documents need to not just be filled out, but they also need to be distributed. Have one in the glove compartment in your car, because that's most likely how you're going to get to the hospital. Have them in the bank box doesn't help. And even if you have a copy at the hospital, they may not be able to lay their hands on it right then and there. And so give it to your doctor, to the hospitalist, but have one handy that is with you most of the time, rather than in a safe drawer at home. You may not necessarily need it there.
Thank you for taking time to watch the videos. If you have watched all of them, your head is full of ideas, and hopefully you will find some things that are useful that you can implement so that you can spend your energy in ways that give you back more than wasting it on things that are non-productive for you. My website is itisaboutlife.com. You can find more information there, and if you'd like, you could also sign up for my newsletter. I write articles once a month on a variety of topics related to aging, end-of-life issues, and managing your life. I also have a book available, which is a collection of newsletters that I have previously published with a wide variety of topics. So please go to my website and see what other things can be useful to you. It is all about conserving energy, finding joy, and having the best life you possibly can for as long as you're here. Thank you.